portrayal of men in professional wrestling. Masculine melodrama. Everything that matters must be displayed, publicly, unambiguously, and unmercilessly. Besides mere violence, it is a contention of this paper that the stereotypes, the portrayal of masculinity and its relation to the storylines, and the events in the ring may also greatly influence the gratification of the VSI. When considering this point, it must be put into the context of the sports entertainment industry. The culmination of factors leads to the core myth of sports entertainment, that might makes right. The majority of wrestlers have one thing in common, the physique of a bodybuilder. What this may demonstrate is that men are to be perceived as vessels of ultimate strength and power. And this comes out first in the speech and the talk they use in promotions. Masculinity is fixed by the image that the wrestler portrays for himself. This is helped by the industry through a number of factors. These factors are broken into two parts, the first being the identity of the wrestler himself. 2 includes the way the wrestler talks and any gimmicks he tries to promote. For example, John Cena and his recent preoccupation as the lyrical miracle, and rap music. It also includes what clothes they wear and personality traits, like Chris Jericho's acquisition of an over-the-top ego. Most importantly, what style of violence they take against authority and bring to the ring. For example, many wrestlers have their own finishers, or become known for being technical. An example would be Brock Lesnar's F5, modelled on the Tornado Gales, or the crippler crossface of Chris Benoit. The second set of factors are where this particular wrestler may feature within the industry. Is he heel, babyface, or a rookie? These points are brought across through industry magazines or theme music for pay-per-views like WrestleMania. WrestleMania 19 was advertised on TV as the showcase of the Immortals, instructing watchers through magazines to dare to dream. These special pay-per-view promotions and normal official websites display the wrestler in question and how they feel about whatever situation or conflict they find themselves in. The industry then exploits these aspects by transforming televised wrestling into serial fiction for men. On a watcher influence level, it must be the machismo qualities of a pro wrestler that link the speak with the violence, and the main connection of masculinity and the VSI. Wrestlers often rebel against authority figures. This bad attitude comes about through a reversal of conventional power discourses, where the New World Order faction, the group that tried to take over WCW, was the prime example. However, the implication may be greater on the masculinity of the individual wrestler. Do they look strong? How do they respond to disrespect? How do they respond to dishonour? How do they respond to betrayal and the breakdown of alliances? The most bitter of battles are formed over these points. Whether it's disrespecting The Undertaker as a new rookie, like Maven did on his entrance to the WWE, or the breakdown of tag teams like Edge and Christian, wrestlers can be seen breaking the cultural taboos against masculine emotion. In some cases, crowds cannot wait to see the weaker of the two swallow those promotional words. For the participant, it isn't just a case of dominance versus submission, but can one, by being dominant, force submission onto his ring partner? This style of masculinity cannot be far from the impulse of the erotic. The fact that these participants may be viewed as sex symbols is proof of how gratifying the erotic and the VSI include the same set of factors: excitement, enjoyment, power, seen here visually, and satisfaction. What the industry does not promote is the weak man, or even the man with the low self-esteem. These are all images of the fearless warrior, full of confidence. Man as a machine, trained and given the sole purpose of beating the opponent as a way of setting a wrong right again. Morally speaking, there is an issue at stake here in promoting a slant on masculinity and presenting it as the epitome of what must be aspired to. Can one only be a true man if one is masculine in the way the WWE and former rival WCW dictate? Even in wrestling there are levels of hardcore masculinity. One example being Extreme Championship Wrestling, where cage and ladder matches come as standard. Here equipment and implements are used in the fight. It sets a different precedent to the watcher. This was precedent almost as if the industry was saying, there are men, and then there are the ECW men. This challenged the watcher to go higher with the wrestler in what they watched. The stakes were higher, but the victories meant more. The peak of this entertainment level can be seen in combat zone wrestling. In CZW, stage violence includes the use of broken glass and wire to demonstrate the idea of ultra-violence, and the participants quite deliberately get cut and aim to draw blood. Appendix 2, Professional Wrestling and Masculinity, from Chapter 4. To demonstrate further about sports entertainment and its treatment of masculinity, below is a small section of pictures, others of which are easily attainable from any of the industry's media. They demonstrate the tough masculine image and physique that the sports entertainment industry provide as the role model for perfect masculinity.